So explain to me here what we're looking at. So these are pull-through bays.
That's correct.
Those are complete?
That's right. Each of the red doors are a pull-through bay. What you see to the right over here from that ambulance over, the building is complete. That is what they called phase 1. Phase 2 of this project was actually knocking down our old existing building.
Okay.
What you see from the ambulance to the left is what they call phase 3, which is 2 more drive-through bays and the repair shop.
Okay, and these drive-through bays, do they accommodate all your apparatus?
That's correct. That's correct. We have the ability to put a vehicle in any position.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Let's take a look inside.
Absolutely. Where we just entered into, this is the repair shop.
Wow.
As you can see, there is no cross-beam structure across this part of the repair shop.
Right.
So that gives me now the ability to take our tower truck, which is 48 feet long and 80,000 pounds, and lift it in the air in the building. It also gives me the ability to take the aerial part of the ladder truck, swing it off to the side to lift the cab in the building.
My goodness. So with this design as the master mechanic, was your input
Absolutely. Yep. Every phase of the way for this room, I can honestly say that they included me in every part of it. Measuring the vehicles. What I did was based everything off the ladder truck, our biggest, heaviest vehicle.
Right.
So then everything else is kind of a no-brainer. It would fit in here perfect.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So that ladder truck, that's a big piece of apparatus.
It sure is. It sure is. And it gives me the ability to put my jacks on each wheel and lift it above my head in here.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about this building and what you'll do here besides just the mechanics piece.
This will be, well, it'll be all the maintenance on all the vehicles. It'll be all our small pumps. Basically anything that breaks will go through this room.
Okay.
In some phase.
Right.
Whether I fix it here or whether I determine I can't fix it here and it has to be sent out.
Right.
That all goes through this room.
Right. And there are other people that will help you do this mechanic stuff, or is this all on you?
Right now it's all on me.
Okay.
It's all on me. I don't know what the future holds, but right now it's all on me.
Okay.
Right.
And talk a little bit about the longevity of some of these vehicles. If you can keep them on the road longer, what's that cost savings?
You know, I don't have an exact number figure for you, but I can honestly say this, that your basic pumping engine is probably in the $700,000 range.
Right.
So the longer you can keep it on the road, that's definitely a savings for the community. Absolutely.
My goodness.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Anything else you want to tell us about the building?
Let me see here.
Any technology?
Heated floors.
Heated floors.
Heated floors. Makeup heat in the ceiling, just in case you open up the door and the floor doesn't quite get the temperature up quick enough. You have makeup heaters in the ceiling.
All right.
Down in the back here, that's actually going to be my stock room for all the parts, nuts and bolts, my toolbox, everything will be in there. Off to the left, that little cove you see to the left will be my office.
Oh.
Above the whole repair shop is going to be a mezzanine with storage. So I can put my tires up there, all my heavy pieces, to keep this floor as open as I possibly can for room to work on.
All right. Give me an indication of the difference from this to where you just came from.
Oh, it's night and day. It's night and day. The old building was basically a garage. You have to also realize too that when that building was built, vehicles weren't the size they are now. You know, we didn't have this type of technology. We didn't have the lift systems and all that like we have now. Yeah, we've just evolved, and with the evolution comes, you need space. You really need space for these vehicles, absolutely, without a doubt. And trust me, we'll fill this up.
Excellent.
We will fill this up.
In this phase, in phase 3 of the construction, where you just went over the mechanics bay, we also have 2 more apparatus bays that we're incorporating in this section of the building, and some support rooms that'll stretch along this area here to break up the area from these bays and the existing bays that are already built. So right now, we had to build this temporary wall, which went up during phase 1. So when we took down our old building, that was fully enclosed. They're in the process now of starting to take down that temporary wall. And then they'll finish up these support rooms. And these support rooms will include our breathing air room. So our SCBAs, which we wear into fires for our air tanks.
Yeah.
There'll be a maintenance room for those. There'll be a work room so we can work on saws and equipment. There'll be a wash room where we could have all our vehicle supplies all our supplies for washing the vehicles. And then the hose tower, which we've incorporated training. As part of this project, we've tried to incorporate as much training into the building as possible. So there'll be some training props up on the mezzanine over these support rooms. We'll be able to do some confined space entry down into the rooms below through manhole covers. We'll have simulated walls that we could breach. And in the hose tower itself, we can do high-rise operations, throw ladders to it, work the standpipes, and just do different evolutions in the building itself as part of our training, which is nice, which we really didn't have the ability in the old station. The old station was about 18,000 square feet. This one's close to 34,000 square feet. So
you've doubled the space, but you've also created this ability to do so many more things in that space.
Yeah, and even with doubling the space, there are still sections that are still tight for us, which everything is manageable and it's going to work great for us. And we've kind of, as far as future growth, if we have future growth, we've kind of accounted for that in the building. So we've, like, for instance, the bunk rooms, we added an extra bunk in every bunk room. We've added, we have some mezzanine support space. If we had to add more office space on the administration side, we can take over that mezzanine space, which we use for storage now. And then if we had to move this way, we could actually push the mechanic out if we had to, years down the road.
I'm sure Ron would have an issue with that, but
but if we ever had to,
right.
We have the ability to do that, which is nice.
Right. So what else about this process that is going to, number one, make the community safer, and two, better prepare the staff and crew at the Hyannis Fire Department?
It's just a much more healthier building for personnel. We had a lot of issues, asbestos issues, sewage issues, backing up raw sewage in the old building. There's some mold issues. So it's a much healthier building for the personnel working out of it. And then as far as technology, we've really improved our technology, which helps us get out the door faster. We're in the process of reducing our response time. Even though it's a bigger building, the way it's set up and designed is we put a lot of thought into the way we flow through the building to our gear racks, to the apparatus, and get out the doors. And the way we've set up our dispatch with the assistance of the police, we've moved dispatch over to the police, and we've incorporated a new alerting system that as soon as the call comes in and they accept it, it's toning out for us here. So we don't have that delay and have to wait for a dispatcher to take all that information and then activate the alerting system. It automatically does it as soon as they press a key on their keyboard back in the police station.
That's amazing. Give me a sense of, I guess, the feeling of the rest of the staff here. Now that you're into the building, it's almost near that completion. How is the staff reacting? Besides the faster response time, but how are they reacting? Is it a little bit easier to come to work every day?
Yeah, there's much more buy-in and it's much more acceptance from the staff. We did a great job. We lived out of that building for a long time and it served us well. We just outgrew it. And with this building, like I said, we do have the room. For instance, our apparatus floor. Over there, we had to back apparatus in on angles. It was tight. You had to be careful pulling a truck out or backing it in. Right. We had to share bays. Over here, we have plenty of room to work around the trucks. We have the firefighter area is well laid out for them, and it's much more enjoyable coming to a station that the community has invested in and basically provides us with all our needs to do the calls, which we're still doing roughly 20 calls a day in between, all the construction that's going on. And the way we phased it was pretty good. It is a little tough right now where we're limited to 4 bays. We have to kind of position strategically position apparatus outside, or we had to rent space over at the mall. But once this portion of the building's done, we'll be able to house all our current apparatus, which will be great, because we've never had that ability. Even the old station, we had to park equipment outside. So this station will suit our needs a lot better than anything we've ever had.
Right. And give us a rough time frame of completion.
So we should be done mid to late June. The project should be completely done, which is coming up quick. Time is flying
Right.
by. So we're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to having our first full summer out of the station. So.
Right. Any last thoughts for residents of Hyannis?
No, we just appreciate the support that the community has given us. It's been tough because just the burden on the taxpayers on Hyannis, they're footing the whole entire bill. So it's not spread throughout the town. So we're very grateful for their support. It took us a number of tries, but they came out that last time, and they support the fire department. We really appreciate what they provided us here.
Excellent. Well, we'll come back when all the trucks are in the bay.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Thank you.